Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, Kristi Noem. Put you in the crosshairs. Apparently, the governor of South Dakota owns a farm. And they had a pointer, a dog named Cricket. It was a 14-month-old wired hair pointer. She's a female with an aggressive personality. They took this dog out on a pheasant duck hunting trip, and the dog went out of her mind with excitement. Go figure. A pointer going on a hunting trip, being excited about that. But later attacked one of the family's chickens, and when Kristi Noem went to grab Cricket, the dog bit her. She wrote in an excerpt, this is all coming out in a book of hers. She goes, I hated that dog. It was dangerous to anyone that came in contact with, and was less than worthless as a hunting dog. I realized I had to put her down. Noem said she included the grizzly story to demonstrate her readiness in politics to do what needs to be done, even if it's difficult, messy, and ugly. Wow. Now, I think y'all can remember once upon a time where a story like that would have been the death knell for somebody. That's the end of your political career. You're done. Done and dusted. Not in this Republican world that we live in. She later went on to defend herself. We love animals, but tough decisions like this happen all the time on a farm. Sadly, we just had to put down 3 horses a few weeks ago that had been in our family for 25 years. Or did they bite you too? No, probably with those horses. All 3 of them? 3? I could see one of them need to be put down, but 3 of them? Not so sure about that. And what would have been wrong with surrendering the dog? Okay, she bit you. She's out of control. She's worthless as a hunting dog. Okay, maybe that's not the dog for you. So you have a choice. You could kill it, or maybe let somebody else have a crack at trying to calm the dog down. Now, it could be that that other person or those other people couldn't do it either. But you didn't even give the dog a chance. Again, once upon a time, this would have been the end of your political career, and it might still be the end of her political career in South Dakota. Maybe not. Who knows? But, Trump has been considering her as a VP, and I'm curious if this just elevated her in Trump's mind. For the rest of us, it would be like, you've got to be kidding me. But Trump wants... No, I just did that reading on William Barr. Trump wants to execute his political enemies. And she's like, yeah, I got no problem executing things. Ugly, nasty things need to be done sometimes. Trump's got a huge old boner going on right now for this gal. I mean, not that he didn't before, but the fact that she's ruthless like that, oh, Trump's going to love her. Entertainment purposes only. Sorry about ruining your breakfast with the the boner comment there. Kristi Noem, what's the energy around her now that people understand this story about killing of the family dog? Why did she include it? No, just the energy around it. Is this to impress Trump? What's going on here? 3 of coins. This is an early release of that book, but and I think Hawk from TikTok was talking about this. This had to go through her editor and the publisher to make it out this far. She had to think it was a good idea. Her editor had to think it was a good idea, and the publisher had to think it was a good idea. This didn't get out there on accident. You know what I mean? There's, a lot of stuff going on here. Maybe having details like that will help sell. It's certainly going to raise controversy on this book and make it a much more controversial book, which will improve sales, right? Oh, Jiminy Christmas. 3 of Cups. And I think it will help sales. Because, the MAGA folks are going to buy this book because, guess what? The libs are outraged and animal rights activists are outraged. So you can imagine that this is going to be a big seller for that. but there's going to be consequences for it. I mean, yeah, it's going to help her sell the book and make money, but she's also like, okay, how is this going to play? This might play well in South Dakota, but how is this going to play in the rest of the country? The other thing I'm looking at this here is like, is this a calculated ploy to successfully be Donald Trump's VP? You know, how do you separate yourself out from all the other candidates that are going for that he's promised that position to? You know, what would South Dakota be without a good old drunken hillbilly brawl in the background? In the past, we got the drunken hillbilly brawl card, the Five of Wands. Mayhem on the farm, all this energy, this frenetic energy with this dog, Wild West attitude and mindset taking into account. I'm going to read this as a layered reading also with the VP, and I'll come back to the VP part of this one. But yeah, it's that kind of that Wild West energy of, I can do what I want because I'm an American. You know, on my farm, I am the king type of thing. What I say goes. Current situation is the High Priestess. But here's the thing. It starts calling into question her judgment and her ability to make judgment. Again, what might work in South Dakota and makes sense in South Dakota isn't going to make sense in a bunch of other areas. And, you know, there could be protests against that book and stuff like that. And maybe she's just plain let that little story out because she wants to make money. And make money she shall. Yeah, overarching energy. She included this story because it would make the book controversial. You make the book controversial, it's going to increase sales. Because everybody knows about it. Nobody's going to ignore this book. You know what I mean? It's not like Marjorie Taylor Greene's book, you know, where everybody ignored it and it was a terrible seller. This one would have been on that same path, except that she included a story about shooting the family dog. The lesson to be learned, though, is that this is going to come back and bite her in the butt. Maybe, you know, at the very least, I wonder if the kids knew about this. And it didn't say when this happened. But she has kids, you know, and I heard some story, again, it was on TikTok, so it's unverified, that the kids wanted to know where the family dog was, and she came up with some answer or something like that, but probably didn't mention that she had executed the dog. If they're now going to find out about this story about how the family dog really died, her personal life might be really, really difficult. You know, that Nine of Swords and that Nine of Wands. Oh my God, what are my kids going to say? You know, all this making money, that's great and everything. What are your kids going to say? You're going to execute your kids when they're teenagers if you don't like what they're doing? Is that what's next? You know, family freaking dog. Dogs, you know, dogs and cats for the dog and cat moms and dads. I was watching a funny TikTok. It had cat owner versus cat mom. Cat owner or dog owner versus dog mom. And the dog owner walks in the house. The dog's sitting there wagging its tail, wants to be great. And the owner, she was playing both roles. The owner just walks by and ignores the dog. And the dog mom comes and goes, oh, baby, gets down on her knees and pets the dog, you know, and greets it. You know, the dog mom is like, you know, the dog owner sitting there's like, oh, did you throw up on the carpet? That's disgusting. Just get rid of you. And then the dog mom's like, oh, you threw up. Oh my God, are you feeling okay? Oh, poor baby. Here, let me help you with that. I hope your tummy. No, that mindset of a possession versus a family member. And apparently she's taking the attitude that the dog was a possession, a good, a tradable good, and not a family member. And for most dog owners, that is not the case. Your dog is as precious as your children, and in many cases, more precious than your children, because your dog gives you unconditional love and is always happy to see you and isn't a little like your kids can be. The dogs typically don't wreck the car, you know what I mean? Outcome from this book sale, she just made her life difficult. She just, in the pursuit of money, she just complicated things in her life. Now let's take a look at a VP thing. She's in the running for the VP thing, and I think she wanted to share this story to get Trump to give her the VP nomination. In the past, you have the Five of Wands, all the people vying for that VP nomination. Marjorie Taylor Greene and now I'm forgetting all the folks' names. Kristi Noem. Sarah Huckabee Sanders' name could be out there. Carrie Lake. The gay black dude who's not really a gay black dude, but is totally a gay black dude. Just all these people vying for that position. And she thought, okay, I have a great idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to let this story out because this is brilliant. This is genius. And Trump's going to see that I'm the kind of person that gets things done. I know it's valuable, and I know how to do all this. But the lesson to be learned is if you put that in the story, Trump's going to want you to do that in real life. And then what are you going to do? And it could be that there are enough sane people in the Trump campaign that are going to say, there is no way you can nominate her now. She has just disqualified herself. As much as you like her, and this shows you who she is, she's too much of a burden on your campaign. She's too over the top. But she's, trying to, like The Apprentice, she's trying to separate herself from the competition. I want to find out let's keep going, shall we? Let's keep going. Come on, I'll show you down here as I show you putting the cards back in here in different spots. Doink, doink, and doink. Cut the cards so that's not on the bottom anymore. There's a new card on the bottom. And now we do the fake shuffling. Oh, yes, you really think I shuffle these cards, do you? I just reach over to this other deck here that I have pre-planned with all the nasty Trump-hating cards on the top. I didn't mind Trump supporters watching my videos. In some ways, I kind of wanted them to, because if I keep nailing things with Trump, maybe they'd start listening. But they're insufferable. Maybe not all of them, but the ones that post up, they're insufferable. The ones that, are watching this and don't post up, thank you. I hope you stick around. I'll tell you stuff you don't want to hear, and I'm sorry about that. But at least if I'm accurate, maybe you'll listen. And we can get through to you. That this guy isn't maybe what you think he is. I always have hope. That's the problem with hope. Hope always leads to disappointment. There's always a threat of disappointment with hope. Okay. How does this story impact Trump's desire to have her as his vice presidential nominee? We can't forget, Elise Stefanik. That's another one that he would like to have on there, isn't it? This card kind of wants to stay on top. So we'll do this one. Okay. How does Trump feel about this story? Now, mind you, Trump hates dogs. He thinks they're dirty, disgusting animals. So you can only imagine that he's just all hot to trot for her now. 10 of coins. I think he feels like she's got the pedigree. That's the kind of woman that he wants in his campaign. There's only one problem, though. He's focused on money. I still think he's worried about the $175 million bond and the $465 million judgment against him in the New York civil trial, plus the $100 million he owes E. Jean Carroll, plus the criminal trial that he's going on here. Nikki Haley still has all the money that he wants. And I think he still might be trying to get Nikki Haley to be his VP because he wants her money. He doesn't want her as VP. He just wants her money. But he's focused on money and values. Now, for Kristi Noem, it could be that maybe the book sales helps. Maybe it shows him that she's popular and she should be in there. Queen of Cups. Crossed with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this woman, she certainly can let her emotions get a hold of her. She gets bit by her dog and she kills it. I think Trump feels like he can manipulate that. If she's, if she's the type of person who she could lose control and kill somebody, he sees the value in her. Trump absolutely sees the value in her. And when you've got 10 people you want to assassinate on day one, and you can order your VP to do it, and she's killed things before, that's my girl. Sign her up. He's leaning towards her, I think. Hey, look, there's a card that was on the bottom. In the past, you got the Four of Cups. Trump trying to figure out who he wants to be as VP. And, again, I was describing the VP contest as being like an apprentice show. He promises these cups to all these different people. And then he goes around to see who's going to twist themselves into pretzels to his amusement, the best out of all of them. And so far, nobody to date has really set themselves apart. And now we're going to get this latest offering about the Queen of Cups. Here comes the cup for the Queen of Cups. Is he going to contemplate and say, oh yeah, baby, this is what I want? Or he's going to go, meh. Oh no. This is exactly who he wants. This is the fighter that he wants. Because he knows he can control her. He knows he could get her to do the things that he wants her to do. She's a killer, and that's exactly what he wants right now. He wants revenge, and he wants death and mayhem. Where's my Five of Wands when I can get it? Ace of Swords. Oh yeah, she just separated herself from the pack with that. She'll be his vice president and chief executioner. Oh God, yeah. Remember I said he had a... That's it right there. Little mushroom-shaped one. Oh, the lesson to learn is the Hangman. Yeah, he's looking at her in an all-new light. And here's the thing. Presidential immunity or not, if he gets in and he gets her to be his executioner, he can throw her under the bus. I never told her to do that. So he's got like his own hitman type of thing. And then he can throw that hitman under the bus. Yeah. He sees her for exactly who she is and the value that he brings. That story, I think, just what should have been the death knell of her political future. People should be like, oh my God, of all the choices for VP, yeah, no. Lady, you need to be on meds. Because you killed the family dog, you killed horses, who else are you going to get rid of in your family if they're too old? You're going to euthanize your grandparents too? And your parents? This woman just... Yeah. Executioner. He looks at her a different way and he can throw her under the bus. Oh God, yes. She is now the front runner. She is absolutely the front runner in this case. I would be really surprised if she wasn't. I would be really surprised to hear her say she's dropping out of the VP sweepstakes. For Carter, will he actually pick her as the VP? Because he's going to get a lot of pushback. She's political kryptonite at this point for independent voters and stuff like that. But again, this is amazing. When he had to shoot the person on Fifth Street, have her do it. So, is he going to give it to her? King of Swords. Somebody's making a hard choice here. Maybe Jack Smith's making a hard choice. Looking at the values, making the offer. Is he going to make a choice? This is hard choice. No, just ruthless choices here. Ruthless choice, moving things forward. There's the offer. He's still concerned about money. He's concerned about money, but he wanted to nominate a female VP. And that addresses that. And I think he thinks that her being a mom and the governor is going to help him. I say he's going to offer it to her. I say he's going to offer it to her. He's going to make it, yeah. And I would say she's going to accept it. I don't see why she wouldn't accept it at this point. But I think she is the number one candidate, and I think he is going to offer her that position. Maybe a little four-carder. Will she accept? Yeah. I really think I need to throw a four-carder. Throw a one-carder on that one. Throw a no-carder on that one. Will she accept? Here's the victory card. No, I don't need to throw. Sorry, I should have showed that to you. The victory card, the Six of Wands came up. That's a yes. Yeah, she's going to accept. Let's see. Let's do a little four-carder just to see if anything else pops up here. Ah! This card wants to come out. Yeah, fighting from a position of advantage. Yeah, she's the fighter that he wants. There's the choice to be made. The agreement. There we go. Drunken Hillbilly Brawl card. And that's the beginning of the nightmares for her. The minute she accepts this, her nightmares have just started. Oh, she's in a world of trouble. Yeah, she's going to accept. Absolutely is going to accept this. She had choices to say yes or no, but she's up for the fight and she wants it. But this is going to be... This story coming out is probably going to blow up her marriage and blow up her relationship with her kids. That's my prediction. Let's ask. Does this story blow it up? Does this story destroy her relationship with her kids? Could you imagine you having a 1.5-year-old puppy and you find out that your mom shot and killed the dog? Now, again, I don't know what kind of family dog this was. I don't know how old her kids were. I could look it up. But, no, I can't look it up because I don't know how old they were at the time. Ugh. Kids. They found out. I was going to do a four-carder, but let's do the whole thing here. Left out in the cold. Yeah, they were told lies. They were told something different. And now that they found out, I think they're finding out how cold their mom is. And I think they're going to give her the cold shoulder. They know what her values are. Yeah, she basically told them lies. And now they know. They know the lies. Mom is who knows what her temper's like in the house or something like that. But this is her woman of action. Probably a stern woman. Not a very warm woman to be with or something like that. And they just think she was evil to do that. How could you do that to the family dog? And then lie to us about it and say it was something else. You know, this was the family dog. And you killed it. Hope you enjoy your book money. Yeah, they might be around. I don't know how old their kids are. They might be around if college payments come up. You're like, yeah, you're good for paying my bills. That's about all you're good for. And they may not even want that if they want to distance themselves from her. Hang on for a second. I'm going to go look up how old their kids are. All right, we're back. Her children are all adults now. 26, like 28, 26, and 23. So, are they going to hate their mother for it, the trauma? No, because they're all adults. But, you know, it's probably... And apparently she also killed a goat the same day that she killed the family dog because the goat used to chase her kids around and knock them down. So the kids may not have been too sad to see the goat go. You know what I mean? If the goat's a jerk. The dog might be a different story. But I think... Certainly, maybe what that Ace of Pentacles on the bottom was that the kids now understand their mom's values. And maybe they knew all along, but this, if they were lied to, how do you trust somebody like that? You know, did it save your feelings? Well, why couldn't you have just, you know, they're adults. They can rationalize their way through this, you know, or maybe, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't care. It's going to be their trauma for them to deal with, and they have to deal with it. Me speculating is not going to change anything. Good luck with that. That's all I got to say. I think you just made your life a nightmare and things very difficult for you with your kids. Just saying. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do that helps feed the YouTube algorithm so my video makes it out to a wider audience. To folks discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome to the channel. Glad you found us. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.